Mr. Lynch lives or will be live forever. Good morning, Mr. Simply, or 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 simply, David. Yes, David is one out. Lynch. It's December 7, 2024, Mr. Sunday. Today seems a middle sky. Middle is an adjective that for me means only for don't know, I see sun, here day alternative, quindi or cloudy day in general, as atmosphere sky in general, and however, in Toronto, so seems to be it's early afternoon, yesterday 14 and 4 minutes, mettersi between early and late afternoon, 14 and 4 minutes, 59 Fahrenheit, 15 Celsius, and this means it's really soft, like this video is sophisticated tutorials for Newton, so spring video, in so reports of reversible experience, see effect of last June 17 and 4 years, so effect that eri di passe for years, so the reports regarding last or past summer, as perhaps someone followed me remember in the summer, in fact, no body, also effect that many weeks ago we entered Newton, now in fact also for Newton, there 4 years, so the reports. But obviously not for the other 2 seasons, winter and spring is not easy case. There are still 3 years, any practical in 15, 14 days will enter in, 14 days will enter in the winter, so also when the winter will become 4 years. So there was, as perhaps someone don't remember, I think our body was on a body which I suppose indeed, I'm sure, but I see the remember things for him, but the association at the same time, my purpose, the fact that we should touch changes, it's better now perhaps paradox you to for me, and I didn't should do an collaboration. Also for the winter spring exam, as effect for the winter, as well as adjective cold, for the spring one in the adjective soft, for the summer adjective soon as in general, as soon as for all the seasons will be the same. Classic adjective, and as regards the degrees, at least for me, also something is in absolutely incomplete, surely for this period, considering 2 reasons, 2 aspects, 2 reasons. The first one consists in a passage from summer to autumn, the second one, the most important, and the last definitive change of temporal degrees. Happened many weeks ago, through which now the area completely changed, it's completely pleasant, if not pleasant, surely really good, and when the area means the same temporal degrees, so the sum of all these things makes the condition, as I repeat, if not pleasant, surely really good, but at least at least for me, because I don't know for the other people, because I don't feel cold like the other people, but I can explain better this thing when it comes to winter, because in fact I really always explain better this thing during the winter. If I can read explain this thing on the winter weather reports of the past years, and so if I can when it comes this winter, I can explain one thing this thing also for this winter. I don't know for the other people, from reality I think not, because I feel cold from reality I think, oh yes or no, this depends on them, or whatever in general for me also good. Instead, what Scott also in general, I say for sure the same thing as just before of the visits. It's really beautiful, artistism, it's like beautiful as I'm film series. In the afternoon, I think at temperature 20 season, repeat as just before, 59 Fahrenheit, 15 Celsius. But the important thing is atmosphere, the atmosphere. Just before today, we have, no, it's beautiful. Listen, even if it's not completely visible, because it's behind the glasses, now I'll see the same 2 things later when the sun and the sun came out. The first thing is that now I'll sing for the same an extract from a classical Napoleon song Sole Mio, a sun, because this thing became a bit of a man in the last summer, as perhaps someone remember, I think, a body. Su, ma nato solo, più bello mio, solo mio, s'affronta te, o solo mio, s'affronta te, sì, sì, s'affronta me, s'affronta te, e si fa con due cose cosa c'è, sono second thing, the fact that surely the scientific art will be not beautiful, as sublime the scientific in sense, another thing is the fact that beautiful like this is perhaps insomma non ho sapete di se esistono beautiful like this is not it's possible not to visit the science so visit oggi è stato trinamo tra zeni pio cinque bars more than a so portire se comprate basta saldo di ottobre su e beh sono cioè termini fact vari per non no problem la sana skyforata 2 hours and 20 minutes 25 maximum bas more or less compreso bulla ma non faccio ecco vedi flash nulla well so si dice mi dico qui nel new white curtain quindi green flowers long flowers mix between the plants and this new curtain since last November one is among articles also birthday of the previous the agree with the beautiful printed benches at the ribbon only setting this passage from the previous to the new curtain and things about it see one of my comments about under the video it should be on going to third I think in the first comment perhaps the third or fourth comment se fourth comment vabbè see the comment section well I don't know if you really notice it well read from the shot near me I think of yes the green flowers the longer flowers mixed into the plants oh even better surely better because I shot that is first part of the video which Perusha I show to you the weather, the atmosphere, the sky from the window. Or also from this other practical it's a shot similar to classical shot film and more than 3 seconds for the gay curtain, perhaps also for the first curtain color the curtain mi si che don't remember exactly. Surely the color of the curtain is still in the cover image position. One time I think I'll change it and to this shot also related this fact but when there isn't the green the shooter also there is but more when there is you see si measure I see that it special sentence Tarini sono sì che si used for the recruiting sono sì che perhaps for the first recruiting color but sono sì che don't remember sure for the recruiting is little so I read now see that this special sentence to use also for this recruiting and this special sentence is but also always better vision for me it's a theory in this shot si consiglio già shot si chiede cresciuto non è ottimismo also si chiede led also simulate speech sentence the simulate speech sentence for the ultimate because it's valid also for it so I repeat once again but also always better visible for me it's entirety in this shot at the consequence shot and finally from medical cure NGX 640 APG 635 also si mette shot great multiple people follow the channel reports the celebrity creator sono brother my sister so to myself also my schizo and finally I hope you all get breakfast today it's really late general also my last fact when I see really late from rest the important that was very from record ci sembra che street was sta lui fa cambiare breakfast fintanne si ambita è stato it fintanne in parte ambita di as if tu su estreso think that these regole sembrano necessary. So straight show. What do I repeat? Where do we close as I Jaeger? Let also for my hours. They're just roll up just in code 14 and 4 minutes. Bata, l'importante thing to show the cinema is that in me also they forte minutes so I'm really and that's me always say. Ecco fa si sono mosso due ultimi del front. Absolutely. Non si think it should be almost 1 year. We'll slow to continue. Like factor reason Friday, but this should be done in period every you at one time. So many time. Ci può essere il presidente di queste serie things and for the shots of busy. No, insieme it's a joke because we read all came at most 1 year so when someone was new and for the biscuits are my favorite fact tra le mie combos il beautiful biscuits yes think at one of the best kind of stuff. Chocolate chip cookies. Allora, chew cookie, quindi chips chocolate, o chocolate chips, e fatemi sì questo fatto biscuits, mi stringe. La sigla delle belle si balocco termine, sì che si notte best, e ora hanno best kind steps, at least for me, non so people, shooting that think also do, however, I truly recommend them, but in particular, there are two things that you read, and this first one, but the milk fact, the shots, only that it's to fibs, but to sense quick chocolate, fact, so that's, and shut the pragmativity, and if, last thing myśli should be 5, 6 months so say lo stroconte is should be done the videos so many times per so there was no more script to finish it now there is one thing we brought it once again now there is one thing we brought it once again since I think 199 20 21 the easiest series lo stroconte should be this time to be so many times per so and so since that moment I pattern started once again the milk so very good news. And then he said also the effect of breakfast, or else a bomb that is of such video in particular, but even if we say last video it's a joke because we're talking about almost 1 year. So of course many feeling the first time so that video. But in some way also can say the toll Nicola's breakfast always a minimum. And second thing is about CS fact and if Rabbi CS Italia Conan da Italian serials, mi sa che questa position. Lasciamo io for the time to say weather or to see because because 12 times like the number of the month at the first position for Mineral Obama Italian serials because I truly recommend them to you because they are really super bad. As tomorrow is supposed to today, but I'm not tomorrow with could do leper. How I will see. Repeat, and if it's not video because it's behind the device, now I'll see read. Or better repeat the last thing for later until the session came out. Fact that surely to be a sublime session in sense. Session fact in a beautiful crisis, possible to kiss it, so kiss it once again.